Hey there, garden lovers! Welcome back to your channel name. If you're new to gardening or have limited space, container gardening is an excellent way to start. In today's video, I'll guide you through everything you need to know to create a thriving container garden, even if you're a total beginner. Container gardening is perfect if you're working with limited space, like a balcony, patio, or small yard. It's also a great option for people who want to start small and learn the basics before moving on to bigger gardening projects. Plus, containers allow you to move your plants around to get the best light and temperature conditions. Let's start with choosing the right container. You can use almost anything to grow plants, but some materials work better than others. Clay pots. Great for moisture control, but they can dry out quickly, so you'll need to water more often. Plastic pots. Lightweight and retain moisture longer, making them a good option for beginners. Fabric grow bags. These are breathable and promote strong root growth, though they do dry out faster than plastic pots. Most importantly, make sure your containers have drainage holes to prevent waterlogging. If they don't, you can always drill holes at the bottom yourself. For container gardening, regular garden soil is too dense. Instead, opt for a high-quality potting mix. Potting mix is light, well-draining, and often includes essential nutrients. To give your plants an extra boost, mix in some compost or organic fertilizer. This provides a steady release of nutrients and keeps your plants happy and healthy. Now let's talk about plants. Here are some popular and beginner-friendly options for container gardening. Herbs, basil, mint, and parsley grow well in containers and are great for your kitchen. Vegetables, lettuce, spinach, cherry tomatoes, and peppers are easy and can produce quite a bit in small spaces. Flowers, marigolds, petunias, and begonias add color and attract beneficial pollinators. You can even grow small fruit trees in containers, like dwarf lemon or fig trees. Just make sure to choose varieties labeled as dwarf or compact. Next up, lighting and watering. Most container plants need around 6 hours of sunlight daily, so place them where they'll get plenty of natural light. If you're growing indoors, consider using a grow light for the best results. Watering is crucial in container gardening. Containers dry out faster than ground soil, especially in sunny locations. A good rule of thumb is to water until you see water coming out of the drainage holes. And remember, it's better to water thoroughly but less frequently, rather than giving your plants small sips every day. To keep your plants thriving, they'll need a little extra nutrition beyond the potting mix. Container plants benefit from regular fertilization. I recommend using a balanced, water-soluble fertilizer every 2 to 4 weeks. If you prefer organic options, try compost tea or fish emulsion. Just be sure to follow the instructions on the label to avoid over-fertilizing. Keeping your container garden healthy is easy with a little maintenance. Here are a few key tips. Trim back overgrown stems and remove faded flowers to encourage new growth. Check for pests like aphids or spider mites regularly. If you find any, wipe them off with a damp cloth or use an insecticidal soap. As seasons change, so will your plants' needs. Move them indoors if the weather gets too cold, or provide shade during intense summer heat. Now let's talk about some common beginner mistakes. Avoiding these can make your container gardening journey so much easier. This is the #1 mistake. Too much water can lead to root rot, so always check the soil before watering. Make sure your container is big enough for the plant's root system. A small pot can stunt growth. Skipping drainage holes can quickly lead to waterlogged soil, which most plants can't handle. And there you have it. Everything you need to know to start your own container garden. Remember, container gardening is flexible and forgiving, so don't be afraid to experiment and learn along the way. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more gardening tips. And if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to help. Happy gardening!